Hey everyone, Sam Mackay here from Enterprise DNA. I want to introduce you to a really cool concept as a bit of a preview for an upcoming Enterprise DNA Learning Summit for November 2018. It's about scenario events. This is a brand new concept. I've never released any content about this, and I want to do a bit of an introduction here so you can kind of get a feel for what this is and how you can really benefit from this type of work or this type of analysis for decision making and for adding value within your organizations. Basically, what scenario events are is we want to track through time events. Okay, so I'm just going to jump to the table. I'm going to show you what I mean by this. This resource that I'm going through. This is what we'll be going through in the learning site. And so if you do want to register for the event and get hold of this resource and be able to go through it, check out the link in the description below. But basically what we want to do here, I've just got scenario history. We have a table, and this is something that we need to capture through time, because basically what scenario events enable us to do is track the performance of certain events that happen through time. Okay? Why is this important? Because we want to see what the impact of something was. Okay? And for us to do that, we first of all have to capture the information. Okay, we have to capture it. So basically, I've set up this is just a demo, but I've set up a table where we have a start and we have an end date of an event which has occurred in the past. Okay, an historic event. I then have a bit of detail about the event, like was it due to demand, costs, pricing, what changed, like what actually occurred with this particular scenario, and the description of this particular scenario. So basically with this information, we want to compare, okay, what actually happened during this particular time when this event occurred, and did it impact positively or negatively on our overall results? Okay, that's why it's called scenario events, because an event took place, could be many at the same time, but in this simplified case, I'm only using one at a time. We want to judge, was our marketing efforts were they worthwhile? Was there a positive impact? What occurred when costs changed on us when we didn't expect it? What happens when we run a particular promotion leading up to Christmas? All of these things can actually be analyzed historically to see if you would benefit of doing the same thing or taking a slightly different strategic approach into the future. So can you see how this is starting to add up to some really high quality stuff? Now, this particular dashboard here just sort of lays out what we're trying to do. What I've created here in terms of analytically is we can dive into, say, a time frame, right? We can dive into any time frame, and our visualization will adjust for us. And what we want to do is we want to look at our results only during these scenarios. So what I've done, I can say select one of my scenarios, right? And that enables me to see, okay, well, this is when this particular event played out. Then in this visualization, I'm trying to understand via this particular, in this case, it's like a moving average of profits. I want to see when this occurred. So when this foot traffic increased during to our stores during this period, what actually happened to my profits? Okay, was there a positive impact? The only other addition that I made here is that, yes, okay, we can see that our profits went up, but we need to be able to compare it to some sort of benchmark, to some sort of forecast. And so what I've done in this case is I've said, okay, well, what are our average daily profits through time? What are our average daily profits? And then what actually happened to our profits? What was the sort of a trend, or what happened to our real profits over that particular time period? And then judge, was it worthwhile? Did it have a positive or negative impact? And the great thing about setting it up in this table is that in this particular case, it did. And so I've got all these follow-up calculations which said, okay, well, here is our daily average. Here is what our average profits were during that period. So it kind of makes sense, right? Demand went up, nothing else in theory changed. And so we had an increase of 2.1% on average of our profits over that particular time period. So it was a positive impact. So the idea from here would be, okay, let's analyze a few more. Did they all impact in the same way? Okay, let's try and run some promotions and try and replicate that, and try and get our profits up. The same could be said for this one. Okay, so now we're looking at another event. So this is all about a new technique that I've devised, which I'm going to go into in much greater detail during the next Learning Summit, but hopefully you're getting an idea of what this is. That's the idea behind this video, what we're trying to achieve with this. What we have here is we have costs over this particular time period. So I've selected it. We can see here and behind visually, this is just what's happening to our sales, but our costs have reduced by 8%. Lower oil price, commodity costs have reduced for us. And so what we have seen is that when that has occurred over that particular time frame, when that event has occurred, again, we've had a positive result. Profits have increased on average by, across a daily average benchmark, 3.2%. Cool. Okay, so that's really what I wanted to cover. I want to show you. This was an introduction to scenario events. I'm so excited about this analysis that it's likely I'm going to do a lot more on it, but I just wanted to show you the idea, the concept, how I've come up with it, how it can be applied, and what value it can generate, because it can. I mean, this is really powerful stuff, right? It's a bit different to the scenario analysis that I've completed in the past, where we're sort of just trying to project forward and predict what might happen. This is actually going back through time and really drilling into specific events and then saying, okay, well, is this scenario going to play out if we did it again? The more events you have, the more confidence that you can have in the results. If you have similar events through time and they all have a very positive impact on profitability, then there's a high chance that it will happen again. So those are the sort of things that you can gain from this type of analysis. Okay, certainly much more detail coming at the next Learning Summit if you're viewing this one before then. So I'll put a link below to register. Certainly do that. You'll really get a lot out of it. 6 sessions over 3 days. It's going to be a lot of great content that I'm going to cover, and really looking forward to showing that to you all. Okay, see you then. All the best. Take care.